Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to our channel, and today we are going to learn something related to conversation, and then we have a title here: Basic English Expression You Need to Know. Well then, so this is very basic, and I hope everybody of you can understand this, and not only understanding but also you can practice it in your daily life. And then we would like to divide this whiteboard to be two parts, and on the left side we have the questions, and then on the right side we have the answers. Especially when we want to know about someone condition, so mostly people will say how are you. That's right, how are you, and then the answer would be I'm fine. Okay, so this is mostly written down in most of English books taught in Indonesia. There are some other answers that you can say when someone say how are you, so you can say also pretty good. How are you? Pretty good. And then not bad. Yeah. For example, you are fine, so you can say not bad. And the other way to ask people condition is by saying how's it going. So this expression has the same meaning like how are you, but perhaps this one would be more casual. So you can say how's it going, but please, when the question is how's it going, don't say I'm fine. But when the question is how's it going, so you say good. How's it going? Good. How's it going? Not so good. When you are not in good condition, so you can say not so good, or you can say how's it going? Not so well. And then the next one we have what's up. It is asking about the recent situation happening in a special place, for example. So you can say what's up, what's up, not much or nothing much. Okay. And there is also the way to greet people, that's by saying hello, hello, hi. Okay, or hello, hi, like this. So don't say hello, I'm fine. No, so you just say hello, hi. Okay, hello, hi, like this. In daily conversation, sometimes people want to know about someone's job, about what kind of job people do. So the question mostly come up would be like, what's your job? I'm an engineer, for example. So I guess this kind of question, what's your job? And then the answer is, I'm an engineer, or I'm a teacher, I'm a technician, or I'm a farmer, would be very familiar. But there are some other expression that you can use to ask about people's job. That is by saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" I'm an engineer. Okay. So it is meant to ask about someone profession. But when it is meant to ask about what people doing, so they can answer, "What are you doing? I'm having lunch." What are you doing? I am, let's say, drinking coffee, for example. Yeah. But on this occasion, we are focusing on the use of this expression for asking about people profession. And then the answer would be, what are you doing? I'm an engineer. Okay. Or the other expression would be, what do you do? What do you do? I'm a technician. Okay. And then the other one, we can say also, what do you do for living? I'm a farmer. Or what do you do for living? I'm an engineer, and the other provision. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the other expressions that people sometimes use in daily conversation would be like asking about someone's hobby. And then when we open up English books, especially the books Indonesian people use, mostly we find like, what's your hobby? Okay, what's your hobby? My hobby is cooking. What's your hobby? My hobby is cooking. So this question and the answer would be very familiar in our ears, but we can also use the other expression to ask someone's hobby, like saying, what do you do for fun? What do you do for fun? And then we can say, I like to cook, or I like cooking. Okay. But I guess this would be quite weird in our ear if we say, "What do you do for fun?" But we say, "My hobby is cooking." No, this is not so good, I guess. It is would be weird in our ears. So it's much better to say, "What do you do for fun?" "I like to cook," or "I like cooking." And the next one, for the other expression to ask about someone's hobby is by saying, "What do you do in your free time?" So the answer, for example, "I like to draw," or "I like drawing." Okay, so at least we have three questions in here. That is, what is your hobby? My hobby is cooking, and the other one would be, what do you do for fun? I like to cook, and the other one is, what do you do in your free time? I like to draw. The other expressions for daily conversation would be about asking where people come from. So you can ask about where they are from by saying, "Where are you from? Where are you from?" For example, the answer is, "I'm from Malaysia." "Where are you from?" "I'm from Malaysia." Okay. So the other expression you can use, for example, is this one. "What country are you from?" "I'm from Indonesia." And then, "Are you from Australia?" "No, I'm from Japan." "Are you from England?" "Yes, I'm from England." Also, this one is very popular in conversation, that is asking about someone's name. And when you open up the English books, especially in Indonesia, so the question like, "What's your name?" "My name is Rudy," would be very familiar in our ears. And actually, there are some other ways to ask people name, not by not by this sentence, but you can say, for example, you introduce yourself for the first time. "Hi, I'm John," and you. "Hi, I'm John," and you. "I'm Rudy." Okay. "Hi, I'm John," and you. "I'm Rudy." So this would be more casual. Perhaps before you ever met somebody and then you meet again in other time, but something happened to you is that you forget his or her name. So you have to make sure, you have to know about his or her name again, and then you can say to him, "I'm sorry, what was your name again?" And then the answer would be, "I'm Rudy." Okay, so there is "I'm sorry." "I'm sorry" means that you apologize to him for forgetting the name, and then you, let's say, need him to mention his or her name again. "I'm sorry, what was your name again?" "I'm Rudy." Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the next one we try to know the conversation or the question and answer, uh, asking about the phone number. Sometimes when we are engaged in conversation, we want to know about our uh, our friend's phone number, or yeah, you want to know about the email address, for example. So how to ask about it? And for example, we can say the question like, "What's your phone number?" "What's your phone number?" It is 0521471007, for example. Yeah, but for this kind of question, "What's your phone number?" Would be too formal, maybe, yeah? Or let's say just like written English on the most of English books. But if we want to use the other expression that is more casual, so you can say, "Could I get your number?" "Sure." Or maybe, "Could I get your number?" "Sure, it is blah blah blah," for example. And next one, you can also ask the email address by saying, "Could I get your email address?" Why not? It is, what is your email, for example. Okay, and asking about where people live. Mostly it is written down in the English books by saying, "Where do you live?" "Where do you live, sir?" "Where do you live?" "I live in Bandung." Okay. And the other one, we can also asking question with yes no question by saying, for example, "Do you know Gedung Sate?" "I do, it's near my house." So it means that he is answering the question. Let's say something about his address, even though we don't say where do you live, but he says that his house is near to Gedung Sate. It means that his house is in Bandung. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this video. And if you think that this video is suitable and helpful to you, so you can subscribe, you can like, and you can share to your friends. Thank you, and we meet again in other video, inshallah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.